Data captured. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for clicking on today's video. And as you saw in my mad introduction, we're going to do today's video on Polybius. Now, my first introduction to Polybius was collecting the numbskull quarter arcade machines. Now, I first got Pac-Man, then I got Galaxian, and I was looking to add another one to my collection. And I saw this one called Polybius, and at that time, I didn't know anything about it. It said that you couldn't play this little quarter arcade, but it worked as a 10-port charging hub for your other machines. You know, I thought that's pretty cool, but do I really want to spend $300 on something that I can't play? And I started reading about it. You know, how it appeared. This arcade machine appeared in selected arcades in Portland, Oregon, in the early '80s, and that it made players sick, gave them amnesia, headaches, seizures, you know, things like that. And I was captivated by this. It sounded really cool. Whether or not it existed, whether or not it did exist, is not important. I just want to believe it. Especially things around video games. So yeah, it was copyrighted to a company called Sinneschlossen. Now I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. My German is not the best, but it loosely translates in English as sense deleting. So there's that. And yeah, and that's it. Many of the hardcore collectors in the US don't have this machine. One ROM does exist apparently, but other than that, you know, there's not much is known about it. Men in Black would come in and retrieve the data, and it also maybe even acted as the inspiration for the movie The Last Starfighter, where Alex Rogan gets recruited to go fight Zur in space. So yeah, and this was the box of the numbskull arcade I got there, top secret. It's really cool. Love that. You know, I just sit there watching the demo sometimes, and, you know, and it was funny when I first got it. It makes the sort of the noise of the, you know, the old modem sort of noise. And my wife's like, "What's that noise?" I go, "Oh, it's just that machine downloading data again." And she'd just look at me funny, you know. It was very interesting. And yeah, so it's good. I love that part of my collection. I would love to sort of make a real cabinet, you know, like a replica cabinet of it one day. And even as we'll do a bit later, I've got the PS4 version of Polybius. We're going to play some of that, show you some gameplay footage. It's an absolutely incredible game. The first time that I played it, I was just laughing, and I was almost hysterical. Just some of the lighting and the flashing, it was crazy. So we're going to put some of that on later. You can sort of see that game, and hopefully you can pick it up for yourself. But yeah, you know, Polybius was an old Greek historian, and it basically said, you know, never report what you cannot verify through eyewitnesses. So that's sort of a little bit of a fun side of it as well. And you know, Polybius came up in a Gamer Pro article back in like September 2003. Now, I was going to buy this issue of this magazine just because it had Polybius sort of content in it, but there was no pictures of the game. There was no, you know, anything. It was just basically 2 or 3 paragraphs, basically, you know, like true or false, or did it exist or did it not exist. And in the end, they had inclusive. So therefore, even back then in 2003, it couldn't be verified whether it didn't exist and then whether it did exist. So maybe it's some secret cover up. Maybe that those that do have it are reluctant to talk about it, you know. Otherwise, I guess you'll be famous, right? It's like, you know, it's got cult-like status now. You know, it appeared in an episode of the first episode of Paper Girls on Amazon, and it also appeared in, I think it was season 1, episode 5 of Loki as well. So I'm hopefully going to put up a bit of that footage right now, so you can sort of see where it comes up.
Tell me your story, Loki.
It even appeared in an episode of The Simpsons and also in The Hardy Boys. Now for the next part of this video, we're going to explore a bit of this PS4 game of Polybius here. Now this is a VR compatible game. And I had this on my eBay watch list for a long time. I didn't pull the trigger. On the back it's got a psychedelic experience like no other, so I was a bit reluctant, thinking maybe it's going to make me feel sick, and you know the VR has a tendency to do that with me. So, but in the end, the more I got into Polybius, the more I wanted this for my collection. So it first came on the PlayStation Store back in 2017 as a downloadable game. Now this was by Llamasoft, and this one is being published by Limited Run Games. So you know, it's a really, as you can sort of see there, really good to have a physical copy of this one. And yeah, like it's absolutely incredible. Sometimes you're actually flying the spaceship upside down. It's got 50 challenging levels in this path to ultimate gaming enlightenment. So I think I'm up to like level 5 at the moment. The music is really cool. The sound effects are retro. It's just, yeah, it's phenomenal. You know, like I'm just so lucky I got it, because I don't think there's any available on Australian eBay anymore. So I think there was 2. I bought this one. I was actually going to buy a second copy just to sort of have it, just because I wanted a second sealed copy, but it was gone. So yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so we're going to put that on now. I'm going to show you a bit of me behind the camera, a bit of the game, and yeah, and just you make up your own mind and yeah, add it to your collection. We're going to run level 5 again. Been up for like the last half an hour. It's tough, this one. There's 50 levels all up. Goodness me, I don't understand how we're going to get through all that. But today we're going to let's go, bro. Come on, let's go. Oh, we're going to finish this level, mate. This stuff up to now for like half an hour. First, yeah. Did I make it? Finally. That's a tough level, dog. Hit level 6 for the first time. Let's do it. Take a look away if you're sort of sensitive to flashing lights and bright colours and stuff, because I'll tell you what, it does your head in. After playing that game for about an hour, whew, yeah, it's a bit too much. You take that helmet off, you're just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, ended up getting through a few levels. I think I got through 7 and 8 the first run through, so up to level 9 now. For that, I had to sort of call it quits for the night. But it's an insane game. It's just mental. It's just, you know, I love all these new experiences in playing games, whether it's like light guns, which I want to get into some light gun stuff soon. But you know, being able to play games in virtual reality mode like that is just, and I don't know, courage. This kind of stuff is just. It's just insane. It really is insane. So if you're into that sort of real wild, sort of, you know, colourful, noisy, old style, retro sort of graphics and things like that, you'll really get a kick out of it. Like I said, you don't need the VR to play it. You can play it by itself as well. But yeah, I highly recommend it with the VR. It's just a whole new experience when you play it through that. So yeah, no, thanks for joining my little Polybius journey for today. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video. Appreciate that. And yeah, we've got some more stuff coming. I've got a couple of pickups coming slowly. Haven't bought too much the last couple of weeks, so yeah, we might delve into some comics soon. See how we go. I've got a few things planned. Still got some racing video game footage to show, so we'll see how it goes then. All right, until next time, appreciate you spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next video, and have a great week. See you, everybody.